More laughter. More fun.
Again, just a plug.
More LAC. Only here on INCRadio Los Angeles.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in today, and welcome to INCRadio Los Angeles. My name is Sister Jalen from the local congregation of Eagle Rock, #ER, and today we have another very exciting broadcast for you, and I am not by myself today, but we're going to go into that a little bit later. Right now, it is 9:02 a.m. here, and then in the Philippines, I believe it is 12:02 midnight over there. It is 55 degrees, very sunny outside, so it is a very fun time to have this broadcast indoors today, but cannot wait to go outside after this. So a recap from our last week's broadcast, we actually had our oratorio. So we had some of the brethren from our district talk about their experiences being in the UK and the Philippines for the oratorio. We learned kind of what that word meant. I was there last week as well. So if you had missed last week's broadcast, go ahead and watch it. It's still on YouTube, so you guys can go check it out so that you can see what we were talking about last week and kind of how it correlates to what we're talking about here today. So for today's topic, it is called Inspiring LAC Travels Band Together International, the 2024 Grand Finals. So we also had our opening billboard where you can see each of the band members for those who participated in that event last year now. Yeah, last year. So they were in the Philippines. It was a very fun time. But before I get into it, let me introduce everyone that we have here today for our panelists. Good morning, everyone. Let's start over here with Carlito. Good morning, Carlito. So
Good morning, sister.
sorry. Good morning, Carlito. No, you're fine. So just a reminder, we want you to say your name, local congregation, church duties, and then the hashtag of your local
That's
congregation.
very easy.
Yes,
I can do
all
that.
right.
With my, can I?
Yes,
start
you can start
Okay,
now. I'm so sorry.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brother Lito Jugurup from the locale of San Fernando Valley. Hashtag SFB. And my office is, I'm one of the leadership, second head deacon right now.
Thank you,
Thank you po.
Carlito. Next, we have Glenn.
Hi, good morning. My name is Brother Glenn Sakulis, and I am one of the head deacons in the locale of Woodland Hills, #WH.
Thank you so much. And we also have Sister Christine.
Andrade from the local of Santa Clarita. Do I now have to name all of my offices? Can I name like top 3?
Okay.
All offices are important, but I'm
Okay,
a choir member. I am a CFO officer in the local district, and I'm a multimedia officer.
All right. Next, we have Sister Gabby.
Hello, I'm Sister Gabby Sakulis from the locale of Woodland Hills, and I'm a choir member. #WH.
Nice, thank you. And then we have Sister Zoe.
And my name is Sister Zoe. I'm from the local of Santa Clarita. My duties are organist, local officer, district officer, and that's it.
All right, and then I have been told to ask about the the organization for the last 3 sisters down here, the CFO organization that you are a part of.
Oh, I am a part of the Kadiwa organization.
All right.
I'm also part of the Kadiwa organization.
And I'm also part of the Kadiwa organization.
All right. And we also do have an additional Kadiwa member who is joining us. Brother Jermaine, good morning.
Good morning. Hello to everyone and all to our viewers watching. My name is Brother Jermaine Katana. I'm from the local congregation of Eagle Rock, #ER. And my CFO is also Kadiwa.
Thank you, Brother Jermaine. Can I also ask, because everybody's going to be asking, Why are you not here with us today? Where are you? Where are
Uh,
you?
I really wish I could be there right now, but I am actually here at my home in Bay Area because it's my spring break. So I'm spending time with my family right now.
So shout out to Brother Jermaine's family for letting him be on this broadcast this morning while he is on vacation. All right. So we started talking about the activity itself. So you guys were there for the Band Together International 2024. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to actually show a video in just a second here. But I wanted to ask first to our OG band members, our original band members here. um how was the band formed? Let's ask Carlito. How was the band formed?
Well, as far as I remember,
Actually, you know what? This is what happened. Carlito actually gave me a phone call
Okay.
and said, "Hey, bro, how would you feel about performing with us for Band Together and over here with LAC? The district had the LAC Band Together activity,
Mhm.
and initially I told him, you know, bro, I haven't played my guitar in 20 years, so I'm not your guy. But then, you know, he kind of convinced me. He said, you know, we're just doing it for participation, you know, just to have
Mhm.
fun. And I said, sure, I guess why not? I'll get my daughter, sister Gabby involved, and we just we chose the song "May You Brightly Shine" because it was a very simple song.
Mhm.
We put it together in 3 weeks, and that's the originally really how it started.
Okay. And then since you were talking about the name of the band as well, so the name of the band is Fathers and Daughters. So what inspired that band title?
No, most definitely. So the inspiration for the name Fathers and Daughters is really this. So, you know, we put the band together, and it was originally myself, my daughter, sister Gabby, and then Carlito and his daughter, sister Wenely, and then
What?
and you know,
When?
and then sister Sarah. And we were all looking at each other, and I think sister Sarah, yeah, your
yeah,
daughter.
Sister Sarah, she's my adopted
Adopted
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
And so I think it was Sister Wenley who originally said, "What about fathers and daughters?" And we're looking at each other and said, "Yeah, let's do it. You know, let's do it." So it was
Wow.
really because of who we really were.
I love that. So you said that for that band together, the one that we did here in our district, you did a different song. But in the Philippines, you guys had performed Guide Me.
That's correct.
So let's ask Sister Zoe. Sister Zoe, I know Carlito and Kaglen can probably speak to this, but what made you guys decide to do Guide Me?
Again, it was a simple song.
Okay.
And because of the like the preparation, so I believe like when it was announced in our initial district wide, it was I think like 3 or 4 months beforehand, and like we didn't really have time because for one thing, we had to fulfill the requirements for that were asked of us. So the original band lineup didn't have a drummer or a keyboard, and then like I think like a lead singer as well. And so like we had to like gather all those folks together, and then you know, like we all have different worship service schedules, and it was really hard to coordinate practices. And so we had to find a way to be able to like make it sound good for one,
Right.
and to be able to make it presentable, and and you know, like all the practices you have to get together. So Guide Me was like one of the songs that we could really put our twist on it, but it was also simple enough to be able to play and prepare in time.
I mean, actually, when you know, we scrolled through a lot of the songs, and Guide Me, I actually like the tune to it. And when we kind of looked at it, and it was a 4-chord song, it was almost a no-brainer. We like the tune, we like the tempo, and it's 4 chords. And there was no changes at all. So
Nice.
it was almost a no-brainer for us to do that song.
I will trust you when you say that it was a simple song. I mean, you guys are all you guys are going to get a little bit of it later when you guys are going to start playing for us in a bit here. But I mean, I myself do not have any of the musical accolades that many of you have. I can sing, and that's all I can do. That's why it'll be very interesting later on when we see that happen. But in addition to that, I'm going to actually bring it to Brother Jermaine. I do have a question for you, Brother Jermaine. So were there any challenges that the band encountered before going to the Philippines? I know that Sister Zoe talked about the differing schedules of everyone, but for you, Brother Jermaine, were there any challenges about going to the Philippines? And if there were, what were they and how were they resolved?
Yeah, so I guess one of the problems that I encountered was actually finding a cheap ticket to go to the Philippines.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I guess that was one of the major problems that actually each of us actually had. Um, but thankfully, with God's grace, like up until the last second, I remember when we took our picture taking for band together. I think that's when we actually all were able to scope for a cheap ticket that we could afford, and yeah, uh, I guess through prayer, everything worked out fine.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brother Jermaine. And then we did want to talk about it a little bit. And I know that I'm going to start with Sister Christine, and then if anyone else wants to jump in for this question. But Sister Christine, so what about before you before you performed, the challenges that you guys faced when you were in the Philippines preparing for that performance? Were there any specific challenges, and how were they resolved?
Well, before even performing, I mean, if you've ever been to the Philippines is the weather is very different. And so I think for all of us, I've never really experienced the experience that we've had performed or having to be in the Philippines. It was raining, and it was like very heavy. And the way that in the Philippines, the way that they kind of put everything together too, just like the equipment that they use, like it's out of this world. Like I was like, whoa, I've never seen this like up close before. Like it really felt like we were like these big artists on stage. So thank you to the Philippines for that experience. But it was really raining. And if you could see like in the video that you guys are watching, it was kind of like a little vlog happening. But yeah, it started raining, and I think we were about to like practice our song. Like we were like the next one to practice our song. But then they're like, we cannot proceed. And so we were not like, I think we were all like kind of nervous because we don't really know how it's gonna go. So that was really challenging, like to like not be able to rehearse the song that we did and then be expected to perform it without like kind of knowing the transition or how it's gonna be. I'm like also watching. I'm getting distracted because I'm just like watching all the videos happening.
I like
screen.
this vlog style though. It's so nice.
But with God's prayer, of course, through God's prayer, we're all able to, go on stage and put all of our trust onto Him. And that's how we're able to really perform our duty in general, right? If we put our trust in our Almighty God, He will take care of the rest. So even despite the inclement weather, despite maybe like even just the feeling of lack of preparation, because God was with us, we were able to fulfill a really great performance onto Him.
Thank you so much, Sister Christine. Did anyone else want to add on to this?
Definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I do remember when we arrived. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When we arrived to the apartment, we cannot go inside right away because there's no key.
Oh.
I mean the one who kept the keys they're not around.
Wow.
Some kind of like.
I mean, it is 1 a.m. Yeah.
So we need to wait. We waited like hours or so, 2 hours or more.
Oh wow.
But we're good because we're entertained. They serve some coffee while we're waiting.
Okay.
Foods,
Very nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think when I think of the experience in an entirety, I tell people, when we actually went through this, it seemed like everything that could have gone wrong kind of went wrong for us. From the beginning of the creation of the band, because we didn't have the right components. From trying to find tickets all the way into, I mean, we were 5 days away and we still didn't have plane tickets to fly out. We did not. We got there. We had sleep deprivation. It rained the entire time, so none of our equipment really worked. The monitors didn't work when we were performing. It's we couldn't hear our performance. But truthfully, and I tie this back to the song that we actually that we actually did, Guide Me. And one thing about the experience and the song that we actually did, we were the only band that actually sang a song that was truthfully kind of like a prayer. And so, I mean, the entire time, we really relied on prayer to really help us from getting the right people or getting the right brethren to join the band, to make it, to complete the parts, to getting the tickets at the very last moment. And even just the performance. I remember right before we performed, Brother Jermaine says, Kyle Glenn, is there anything else, you want to give us a pep talk? Is there any last words? I said, we should probably pray on this. We should probably pray. And so we did. And, I mean, we did our performance in the rain. And in the rain, and it was a little bit. We felt a little bit deflated because we couldn't hear a lot. I mean, I couldn't hear a lot. I mean, Sister Christine was standing right next to me. I could barely hear her.
Oh wow.
And I felt a little bit deflated afterwards. But when we got up, I mean, but just looking at the brethren and the smiles that they had to see us performing live, and when we came down off a stage. The other bands from their countries, they were like, what an amazing performance. And I didn't even believe it. I didn't believe it at first. I really did not. But if you listen to it later on, you'll see it was really something spectacular.
Okay, well, thank you. So actually, because we keep talking about it, I, for one, would like to see the performance. So we will be the judge of that based off of everything that you said. So we're going to have the performance play for us. So Kuya Tech, if you're ready, this is the performance of Guide Me, the band's performance in the Philippines. So Kuya Tech, if you are ready, let's play the video so we can see how this performance went.
Your care, Quezon City, thank you so much. Before we leave, we just want to have a few shout-outs to our fellow friends and family in Los Angeles. Sister Christine.
From the Los Angeles County District, we would like to thank you again, Philippines, for welcoming us here.
Yay! Wow! Thank you so much. That was so fun. It looked very fun, and we had a lot of comments here. So I'm actually gonna bring it to you guys on your reactions of watching this video. Let's start with Sister Zoe. What was your initial reaction from watching the video this time with us today?
It was pretty nostalgic, actually. This is the first time I'm watching the video.
Okay.
I never it. It was the funniest thing because I didn't want to watch it. I mean, like up until this point, just because of all the memories I would bring up. It's not just the experiences of being able to perform, but it's also the connections that were possible because of this activity. It was because of this activity that I was able to meet brethren, not just from all across the U.S., but also from different parts of the world. So, like when us three were rooming together, we were like we were also roomed with a sister from Malaysia, and then Singapore, and like you don't really like forget those experiences,
Right.
and like even now I still really miss them. And so watching that video, if you ask me like if we would do any of it again, like 100% yes, including the trials,
Right.
because that only like strengthened our relationship with our Lord God. And if you're watching this, Sister Renz, Sister and all the other sisters that we were able to room with, hi.
Thank you, Sister Zoe. Thank you so much. What about for you, Sister Gabby? What are your reactions from this video?
Well, I've watched this video plenty of times with all my family.
Just by being in it, you also have seen it multiple times.
I've seen it multiple times, but watching it with the band, it's really nice to get to take it all in together as a band. And like what Sister Zoe said, it's so nice to really take it in with everybody and just remembering all that has happened in the Philippines. Especially, it was my first time being there. It was such an amazing experience getting to do all of that with everybody here.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Gabby. I do want to ask you, Sister Christine, but it's okay. I will spare you. I don't know if you can see, but she's crying. We're gonna ask Brother Jermaine. Brother Jermaine, let's take the camera off of Sister Christine for a second. Brother Jermaine, what about you? Like, what is your reaction watching this video again? We see you, drumming your heart out over there. So, what was your reaction watching this video?
Same as Sister Zoe, I feel nostalgic watching it again. And I feel I feel like we really polished the song once we performed it. I think the best time that we performed this song was definitely during Band Together. Because hearing back the performance now, I think we really polished our parts, and we really not only like performed, but we like really like poured our hearts out into the song. And that's all I have to say for that.
Absolutely. I mean, you can definitely see how much love and care you guys did put into the performance itself. And then even afterwards, the reactions that we're getting here live, we didn't tell her to do that, but she did it because she's so emotional. You know what I mean? So while we give you guys a little bit of a breather, I will give you a breather for a second here while I continue to talk for a minute. But I'm going to actually go ahead and read off of some of the comments that we have going on in our YouTube live comments. So here we go. We have Sister Michelle Liel Perez, who says, advance happy birthday to Sister Mathea de Jos. Happy birthday, Sister Mathea, from hashtag GLE. We have Ka AJ Win, good morning, but watching from hashtag LA. Shout out to Brother Glenn and Sister Gabby. We have Sister Ashley Win, who says, good morning, LAC, and happy viewing po, hashtag LA. We have Ka Jim Cordova, good morning po, happy viewing po, from hashtag ER. We have Sister Sheila Makutai, good morning, brethren, rise and shine. Happy streaming weekend. I want to shout out for choir members, my parents, and my siblings from hashtag LA. Sister Carmela Sakulis, who says, shout out po to Sis Gabby and my pogi asawa ka Glenn. Hashtag WH. I had to read this comment because I couldn't not read it. Okay, so everybody needs to know. Carmela says hi. All right. Then we have Sister Cindy Valenzuela. Good morning to all LAC. Hashtag Santa Monica. Hashtag SM. Mel Lizardo, who says greetings from Santa Clarita. Hashtag SCSC. And then we have Brother Edwin Estrada, who says happy birthday, Chunky. Good morning, LACC. Happy viewing from hashtag ERER. We have Norman De La Cruz, who says good morning, LAC, from hashtag SM. So let's continue to put our shout outs and our comments in the section below. If it is your birthday, let us know. We're here to also celebrate all the birthday people out there because everybody's born at some time. All right. So we also are going to move on to our weather report. Okay. So if Sister Cameron, if you can turn your camera on for us so that we can have you, so we can see your beautiful face. Hi, Sister Cameron. So we're gonna go to you for our weather report today from Santa Clarita. So if you are ready, you can unmute your mic and let us know what the weather looks like for today.
Today's weather for Los Angeles will be 68 degrees with a low of 52 degrees in the evening. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, Sister Cameron. Do you have any shout outs you would like to give to anyone watching?
My family.
Very nice. Thank you again, Sister Cameron. And we're going to give a shout out to you as well. Thank you so much for giving us our weather report for today. Yeah. So before we continue on with the interview aspect, we actually are going to have a musical performance by the band behind me, well, next to me. So they will be playing an acoustic version of the song, May You Always Brightly Shine. So I'm going to sit here and watch while they do that. And you are going to do the same thing as well whenever you're ready.
You are the chosen and the blessed. For you are loved by God, and you bear the name of Christ. There is a light inside of you. May you always brightly shine. For you are a child of God, and you bear the name of Christ. There is a light inside of you. May you always brightly shine, brightly shine, brightly shine, brightly shine, brightly
give it up for our fathers and daughters, the band here today. Thank you so much for performing today. It was such a pleasure to sit here and watch and listen to everything that's going on. We also have some people here who are watching beside us, who are dancing along with the songs. So as we continue on with our questions, get ready, everybody, because I will be asking a lot more questions. Let's start with Carlito. So how different is the competition among our fellow brethren compared to the ones with non-members, if you've had any experience with that?
It's different.
Mhm.
Really.
How so? How so, Carlito?
It's really
Please
different.
tell
You
me.
know, I always compete since I was young.
Okay.
I always compete singing
Like 2
competition,
years
join
ago?
singing
Uh-huh,
competition on
right.
He's a professional.
on the radio station, something like that.
Uh-huh.
But when I joining and compete with the brethren, it's totally different because I don't know. There's like love
Mhm.
with it, you know,
Right.
compared to like if you compete with the others. I mean, outside the church, I feel like there's some hypocrisy.
Oh.
You know why I say that? Because
No.
I can tell that they smile at you, but actually, like you can tell, like,
Oh, I
let's-
see.
I'll
Okay.
show you later who's better. something
Okay.
like that,
Uh-huh,
you know.
uh-huh.
But not in the church.
Right.
The church, like, because we learned that inside the church we're always do that love one another.
Right.
You know? So
Mhm.
when I'm joining the competition, I don't think like I need to beat you or something like that, or
Right.
I'm better than you, but it's equal, something like that.
Okay, thank you, Carlito. Let's take it to Kaglen now for my question. Describe to us the exact feelings you felt as soon as it was all over. So the performance itself, from the end of the actual performance to the day that you were leaving the Philippines, and even when you got back home. Like, how did that go for you?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, immediately after the performance,
Mhm.
I felt a little bit deflated because we couldn't hear a lot of what was
Mhm.
happening on stage.
Mhm.
Truthfully, when we say that we left we left it in God's hands.
Yeah.
We almost played kind of deaf on the stage. We really
Mhm.
did, and so
Mhm.
that's why we felt a little bit deflated. But when when some of the other bands told us how amazing it sounded, it was almost unbelievable. So when the first time I actually heard the video, I was like, wow, it actually didn't sound that bad. It actually sounded pretty good. But afterwards, after the experience, after we were done, it was really there's just so much of a sense of satisfaction of being able to perform on a stage of that magnitude and to be able to perform for brethren. And when you talk about the competition, I never really got into this for the competitive spirit in the first place. We talk about, well, how's it feel to really compete versus brethren. I never have let my competitive nature be a part of that.
Right.
Really, the most important for me is really competing against myself, and can I make my next performance better than my last? For obviously the most important guest on stage for us, which is our Almighty God. He's watching us all the time, and so I always want to make sure that my next performance is even better. So I really try to outdo myself.
Thank you so much, Kaglen, for your answer. I really like that answer. Give it up for Kaglen, everybody. So, Sister Christine, if you're ready for this question, I know you are. You got this. So how proud are you to know that you have represented the Ecclesiastical District of Los Angeles County?
That's a big question.
Mhm.
I am very proud. I'm as much as I'm proud to be a member of the Church of Christ. The fact, I wasn't a part of the OG Fathers and Daughters, so to be asked to be a part of this band and to be able to perform in this activity amongst with all the other brethren that were able to participate, it's a very great blessing. Any opportunity we were able to perform or do something for God, it's always such an uplifting and inspiring thing. And everyone has even just mentioned, like, being able to be there despite even all the trials that we faced. It makes me so proud that I was able to go through those trials, because we even hear, like in the Bible, God puts us through so many tests and it just purifies our faith like gold. And so through that experience, being able to represent our district, it's a really great blessing. And the opportunity of being able to go to the Philippines is such is amazing feeling. I got to see my my family that I haven't seen over 20 years. And it makes me emotional to think about, but to get the opportunity that you get to see your family. Usually they see me on screen, like performing, doing things online. And all of the brethren, as you can see, all the brethren in the Philippines like made us all feel so much love. And it felt like, even though I was far away from home, it felt like I was at home. And to see my family that I haven't seen over 20 years, to see them like, you were 3 years old when I saw you, and now you're this grown woman. I'm like, wow, like this is amazing. And I'm so grateful for it.
I'm just going to add something to that, because, you know, when you talk about representing LAC, you know, the truth is the original lineup for Father, we didn't have the right components. And when we talk about, you know, actually jumping and giving. So when we were sitting in district talking about how we're going to make this happen, you know, Cup here, our district CPO, he was, you know, wondering how, you know, who in the district could actually be our drummer, be our keyboardist, be our, you know, be our singer. And I think within a matter of an hour, I mean, really, it was just a quick message out. I think Sister Zoe was actually in the room at the time doing some work or something from home or something. And, you know, who do we know that can play keyboard? And it was like, automatically, I'm in. And then same with Brother Jermaine, he said, I'm in, you know, within an hour. And then Sister Christine, it was just like, I think a matter of a day or so. That was it. Because she doesn't, you know, because she doesn't answer her phone, you know, or she doesn't answer her phone. So it took a day or two, but I mean, it was really much like we're all in, you know, and because I was really thinking, how are we going to do this? Because we didn't even have the right components to go. I mean, we didn't qualify. So when we say that, you know, when people say, you know, ask me out there, what are we going to do? God, Glenn, when all these things were happening to us out there, and I said, you don't remember, we're not even supposed to be here, guys. You know, so really, I mean, everything we were doing here is based on, you know, our prayers and faith.
I like that little tidbit, and it's really nice to know, especially like you said, it originated from our district's very own Band Together before it got to the international version. So it's good to see and hear a little bit of the insight that you guys went through during the process of the entire thing. So Sister Gabby, I do have a question for you. So is this an experience, if you're given another opportunity, are you willing to do it all over again?
I would do it all over again, no matter or despite everything that happened. But once you put everything into God's hands, everything will work out in time. And I think that with any opportunity going to the Philippines, especially for the church and performing and all of us doing something we love, is something I would do over and over again.
Thank you so much, Sister Gabby. Okay, now I'm tearing up. Can someone please grab the tissues over here? Thank you again. So I have a question that we're going to have everybody answer one by one. So let me ask Brother Jermaine first. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sister Bea, for my tissues, please. Thank you. Thank you, Carlito. Sorry, let me answer this question very quickly. So, Brother Jermaine, in your own words, please share with us how this unforgettable event that you've been a part of taught you more to abound in your faith as a member of the INCRadio, the Church of Christ.
You know, after that performance, I felt inspired just by even having the opportunity to be given that chance to be part of such a significant event. And especially, you know, once again, because of all, even though there was, you know, lots of obstacles that we had to face, like especially for the rain, you know, I started, you know, thinking if things were really gonna be played out well. And afterwards, you know, with God's grace, everything did. And that goes to show that, you know, you have to have faith, you know, despite the things going around, despite the things that you may be going through. And another thing that I observed was, especially with the brethren, like despite the rain or the shine, they were still there having fun and watching all the performances, and especially to all the performers that represented their districts. You know, they poured their performances with all their heart, and that shows the love of the brotherhood as well in the church. And I'm also happy with my brother as well and his dad, because they were also part of the Band Together experience. They represented the District of Bay Area, California, and watching them as well was also, you know, really inspiring, because I've grown up with a very like musical family, and just you know, just having all of this experience performing together was also a great time as well. So yeah.
And thank you again, Brother Jermaine. So we're gonna move on to we're gonna ask everyone here in front of me. So we're gonna start with you, Carlito. Let me read the question again. In your own words, can you please share with us how unforgettable this event was that you've been a part of, and how it taught you more to abound in your faith as a member of the Church of Christ?
Iyak na yan.
I'm telling you, the tissues are on standby, everyone. If you need it, let me know.
I had a short story.
Okay.
Before when we start forming the OG of the fathers and daughters, everybody's like, most of us is like playing guitar, playing guitar. And wait a minute, most of us is like gonna play guitar. So I'm planning to play something else. So I decided to play bass guitar.
Right.
And in my life, I never play bass guitar.
Oh, so this is new?
Yeah, but I did. Yeah, this is new. And I didn't tell the band. I didn't tell the band that I don't know how to play bass.
Wow.
I never
And
played
everyone
bass.
is shocked. Everyone just found out right now. In real time, Carlito.
No,
Okay.
because they might discourage, But I prayed to God. So please, God, I wanna be part of this event, and also I wanna learn something else. I wanna play bass guitar.
Wow. See, if you didn't say that, none of us would have believed you. Everyone here is shocked.
Yeah.
The shock and awe of
Seriously,
everyone here in this room.
Even my wife, because my wife, I took her to a music store, and then I told my wife, Mom, can I buy a bass guitar? She said, what are you gonna do with a bass guitar? You don't even know how to play that one. Something like that. So to make the story short, I prayed to God that please help me to learn quick how to play bass guitar, because I needed it. We're gonna perform in the Philippines.
Right.
No, we're gonna play for the local level, actually, for that band together. And I can't believe it. We won.
Right. Yeah, you did. Fathers and Daughters
We
did
won,
win in the
and
district
then-
of LAC. Right. And
we're
then,
in the Philippines,
and
then we're performing over there against I know those brethren that play bass guitar. They're pro. They're like, oh my God, they're professionals. And then here I am. They're like, so I was so proud of myself. And wow, I made it over here.
Carlito, we're so proud of you.
So
Knowing this
So
information,
that's
we're very
why,
proud of you, Carlito.
Carlito, you're so talented.
Oh, Jermaine.
So really trusting to God. You trust to God, and He will help you.
Thank you, Carlito.
Everything is possible with Him.
And that is another song, and we're gonna break into song. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So, Glenn, what about for you?
Yeah. So yes, this is also new guitar. No.
Did you also not learn how to play guitar?
No, like that's true. When Carlito asked me to perform, I was like, bro, I haven't played this guitar. I haven't played guitar in 20 years. Why would you even ask me to play? But yet here we are. Here we are. No. So the experience, and now I can't stop. That's right. That's it. So there was a reason for all this. So
Tissue?
Talking about the experience, I guess the question is, what can I say in my own words about the experience?
Yes,
So, very early on, from what Carlito and me were just talking about when we started the band, and us just saying, let's just do it for fun. Great. We just went up, performed, and we just wanted to have a good time and make sure we had a good performance. And all of a sudden, now we're chosen to go to the Philippines. Then we don't have, the right pieces to the band. We don't have the right, we don't have a drummer, we don't have a keyboardist, and we don't have an extra singer. The tickets, you guys don't know this, but I was getting ready to call our district manager and say, this is not going to happen. We do not have tickets, and I don't think it's going to happen. And you know, and so I really, you know, I think 5 days out, you know, I was thinking to myself, you know, I guess I'll just leave this in God's hands. If we're gonna go, He's gonna let us go.
Right.
And so I open up I pray, I open up my laptop, and I'm looking at dates, and there's still the cost of tickets was a ludicrous amount of money to go within 5 days. And I thought, you know, what if we just change our dates by 1 day? It was just 1 day we do.
Oh.
And from like something like anywhere between $3,000 to like $5,000 tickets, all of a sudden it was like $980 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And as soon as I saw it, you know, I hit purchase. And I know like 5 days prior to that, I told all the bandmates, I said, listen, if you guys find your tickets, just purchase them and we'll meet out there. Even though that's not what they really wanted us to do. They wanted us to travel together. And so I called God Pierre the next day. I said, God Pierre, I've got my tickets, you know, all the band, they're supposed to be purchasing their own tickets, and we're just going to try and meet out there. And he goes, Glenn, you guys are all on the same flight. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
He was like, yeah, you guys, he says, you messaged me, send me your itinerary, and all the bandmates, they send it's the exact same flights. You know, I was like, what an amazing, you know, for something like that to happen, just at this, that's not, you know, obviously coincidence. And so, you know, for me, like, you know, you think, so like, you know, I know for Sister Zoe, this is the first time to watch the video. And, you know, my daughter says she's watched it like a 1,000 times.
She's probably like 500
I mean, the
these
song
views,
itself, if you listen to the words, and when I see the performance and what we had to do, you know, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat, because I know if we're doing it for God, then it doesn't matter what happens, it's going to work out. Even it's just one quick more story. We were there at Central, and it was pouring rain on us. It was pouring on us, and we were just waiting. Like, when are we going to go inside? When are we, worship service is going to start in like 15 minutes? And they're all looking at me, Glenn, what are we going to do? And I was thinking to myself, guys, remember, we're not even supposed to be here. Just wait a minute. And all of a sudden it stopped raining. It just stopped raining. Oh, wow. It just stopped raining. I was just, you know, so really, I mean, it's really about, if you're doing it for the right reason, the right purpose, we were doing it for the church and for, you know, God's glory. You know, just believe in it. It'll work itself out. It'll always work itself out. And so when I hear the song, when I face certain things in life now, I always just play the video to remind me of, you know, hey, you know what? Remember that? Don't worry about it. It'll work itself out. God will take care of everything.
Thank you, Glenn. I love these little stories that we're hearing. That's very nice. So let's go to Sister Christine. What about for you?
Yes, I mean, for Brother Glenn mentioned a really good point about like the song itself, and I'm pulling it up right now. It says, I will follow you, Lord, with full faith. Your power raises me. And I think that line alone really embodies the experience that we all got to face. And I don't think just us, I think everybody, because I'm sure all of the other bands experienced their own tests and trials. But we as a band together, as brothers and sisters in the faith, we have to put our trust in our Almighty God, especially during those specific times that we were going through. And I think it's also a really great reminder to us all to just always be grateful, because when God, like, even if we didn't even ask it, God gave it to us. And God is really good. And that is something that we can all keep to heart, is that our God is so good. And when his children need him, he is right there for us to provide for everything. And this entire experience was super inspirational in faith for me, because not only did I get to be strengthened in faith with my fellow brothers and sisters here, I love them with all of my heart. I've become a daughter in the fathers and daughters. Exactly. I'm Glenn's adopted daughter. But it's such a really great blessing, and it's such an inspiration to all of the brethren that we met in the Philippines. Thank you so much, for welcoming us and making us feel the love in the Philippines. They've all just inspired us. I feel like just being in the Philippines alone too, just like, I forgot who mentioned it, but the brethren, I think it was Brother Jermaine, the brethren were in the rain, pouring rain. And despite even inclement weather, I will say I thought LA traffic was bad, and I thought parking in LA was bad. The Philippines is completely different. And I was like, wow, the brethren walking far distances to get to the chapel, brethren even waiting like 3 hours before worship services. I was like, I had to like do a little self-check and re-examine. I'm like, okay, this is faith. And this is the type of faith that I want to continue to build even stronger. So being able to experience this was truly really strengthening the faith.
Thank you so much, Sister Christine, for your answer. Sister Gabby, what about for you?
I think there aren't enough words to say how unforgettable this experience was. Like we've all mentioned, it was just everything just started off like bad, but in time, like everything went well. I was able to get to know my fellow bandmates, and I'm so grateful to call these people my family as a band, and especially getting to experience something with my dad and being able to perform on stage with him is one of my most favorite memories ever with him.
All right, we need the tissue now. Cue the tissues. All right. Carlito and Cuglen have requested for the tissues. I just want everybody to know. Thank you so much, Sister Gabby. That's great. And then Sister Zoe, what about for you?
I think all of our we all share the same sentiments, and when I first think about this experience and being up there on stage and being able to perform for all those brethren, it really afterwards, it really made me think about the church as a whole. You know, how many other churches are able to do what we were able to do in international band together. Other churches would call it battle of the bands. We call it band together because at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters. And to think that the church is able to have activities like this, very grand scale, very professional productions like this, and to be able to continue to have so many other grand activities, not even in the Philippines, but all across the world. It really does show you 111 years have passed, and our church has already grown to this scale to be able to have activities like this. And it's really amazing because it really shows that our Lord God really, he really cares for us. And
tissues. No, cute tissues. All right, we got you, Sister Zoe. Don't worry, we got you.
He really cares for us. He really loves us. And despite all the many trials that we had to go through, it only made us closer as a band. And even after the band together activity, we continued to play together. We continued to rehearse together. We continued to grow together as a band, and to be able to play music for the brethren in our district. And that's something that I'll always be grateful for, because, well, to be honest, how else were we able to get together,
right?
If not for this activity, and if not for God's grace and mercy unto us. And so I really want to thank the church administration for allowing us to be able to have this experience, and to be able to allow us to come together as a band, and to be able to use our music to uplift brethren, not only in our district, but also even in other parts of the world.
Thank you so much, Sister Zoe. And thank you once again to all of our guests here. We do have the last 5 minutes here, so I'm going to give you guys time to give out your shout outs. So let's start with Brother Jermaine. Brother Jermaine, do you want to give out any shout outs?
Well, first and foremost, I want to, shout out to my fellow bandmates. It was really fun, playing and jamming with all of you on that day. I will also want to shout out my family, the Katana family, the Ross family, the Vega family, the Onion Huevo family, and the Adams family. And yeah. Yeah, I have a big family. And as well to my locale back in Eagle Rock, and especially to our resident minister, Kaijem Cordova. Thank you, po.
Thank you so much, Brother Jermaine. Sister Zoe, any final shout outs for you?
I want to shout out to my parents. Thank you for always supporting me, even though I come home really late sometimes. Because of practice and other duties. I'm really sorry, but I still love you for it. Shout out to my sister Chloe. She for always being my driver mate whenever I have to go anywhere far. Shout out to my uncle, brother Manny and Daya.
I think he's here with us. Hello, Bob.
And shout out to Santa Clarita Choir.
All right. Thank you, Sister Zoe. Sister Gabby, what about for you? Any shout outs you would like to give?
I would also like to shout out the band, my dad and my family, and Sister Bale right there in the back for live audience. My BFF, thank you for supporting me.
Thank you so much, Sister Gabby. What about you, Sister Christine?
I want to shout out my family here in the States, to my parents as well. Thank you so much for supporting me and also being okay with me coming home late. It's all for church. It's all for the glory of God. To my brother in the Philippines, hi, Kuya. I hope you're doing well. I want to shout out Kat Jason in New York. Kat Jason, hello, Bo. We miss you. And to all of the brethren in the Philippines, I wish I could name all of you, but thank you so much for all the love again. So that is all my shout outs. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Christine. Glenn.
Sure. So special shout out to all the brethren who are tuning in to this live stream, especially to our spiritual leaders there in the Philippines, here in the district of LAC. You don't know how much we love all of you. Special shout out to the brethren in Woodland Hills. Can't forget you guys. And of course, special shout out to my family and my daughter who's at home, and my best friend and my love of my life, my wife, Sister Carmela. I'm coming home late again tonight. Practice.
They're practicing again,
practice,
Carmela.
so I'm going to be home late tonight. Thank you for letting me stay out late. But yes, thank you to the church administration for allowing us to put things out. Truthfully, without activities like this, I would have never met, really Sister Zoe and Sister Christina, or even Brother Jermaine in this type of format, and as well as the brethren in the Philippines. I would have never seen or met them, and it's really helped me to bring me to a different level in my spiritual journey. So thank you all so much. You don't know how much we love you.
Thank you, Boca, Glenn. Carlito?
Do you have time?
Yes, bro, sure.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to shout out to my family, of course.
Yeah!
My wife who's here. And to my daughter, thank you, Nat, for preparing breakfast.
Thank you,
the
Atuan,
kids
for breakfast.
And for everyone over here. And also, I would like to say hello to the brethren in San Fernando Valley. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Don't forget #SFB.
Yeah.
And
All right.
a special shout out to brother RJ Arzala in the Philippines. Kumusta po kayo dyan? Thank you po, RJ, for the food that you
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, that's correct.
Say
All
hi
right.
to Sister Mara too.
Okay, so much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, everyone. We are out of time, unfortunately, so I will wrap it up here. So we would also like to thank you, Carlito, and your family for graciously welcoming us and allowing us to come to your house, eat your food, take your tissues. Thank you so much for letting us do that, Paul. Thank you to the brethren of San Fernando Valley for being with us here today. We do have a few people in our audience. I want you just to yell very quickly. Okay, and no one's yelling. All right. Sister Bea, yeah, that's right. Okay. And then thank you to all of our brethren who are tuning in, and the guests who are watching with us through YouTube, especially for those who have commented and typed into our comments section for their shout outs. Thank you all to the ministers and evangelical workers from the District of Los Angeles County, California. Thank you all to our district staff. Thank you to our multimedia advisor, Brother Andrew Macadeng. And thank you to our district CFO overseer, Brother Pierre Perez. Thank you to our assistant district minister, Brother Erwin Brulio. And thank you to our district minister, Brother June Pilon. Thank you both to Kuya Tech. Thank you to our executive producer, Brother Manly Andaya. Sister Zoe also says hi to you. And then thank you to our station manager, Brother Wally Taray. And special thank you both to our CEBSI CEO and CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Eranio Vimanalo. And a very, very special thank you to our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo Vimanalo, for letting us have activities like this and to have broadcasts like this as well. And until next time, next week, next month, continue to join us here on INCRadio Los Angeles as we bring you more laughter, more fun, more LAC. Woo!
This is INCRadio DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.